Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Under threat, Guam Saipan National Public Radio is in need of support from the community.
Also tonight, a longtime businessman could take a seat on the board of directors for the Commonwealth Ports Authority.
And a documentary rooted in local culture will be playing at a theater near you.
In sports, CNMI singles and doubles take on the tennis court on the island in the south.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
I could feel it, I won't come down. I could see it with all that.
What's in the bag? A barbecue bacon QPC from McDonald's.
Oh, you mean the Angel Reese special? I'll play you for it.
I've been waiting for you, OG. And if I win, McDonald's on me. You know my game, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Let them know.
Oye, vámonos, let's get it.
I got something for you, Aaliyah.
All right, let me see it. Let me see it.
Now she blocked it.
Yo, Stewie, winner takes the bag.
Golly. Right here with you. Right here with you.
Nothing but net. Get the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day CNMI, I'm Officer Igito. Driving under the influence of marijuana is against the law. Driving high can impair your judgment, motor coordination, the ability to concentrate, and slow your reaction time. Therefore, it can impair your driving skills. We are not out here to get you, we're out here to protect you. Don't drive high, CNMI. Drive high, get a DUI.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
Half a day in Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on February 7 from our studio on Capitol Hill.
Our national public radio station in the CNMI, KPRG, is in need of increased listenership to maintain its foothold in the CNMI. In 1970, Bill Simmering, in NPR's first mission statement, wrote, "National Public Radio will regard the individual differences among men with respect and joy rather than derision and hate." Christopher Hartig says that today's media is under threat.
I think what's happening is that with the court being the way it is right now, the Supreme Court, there's a fear that if you escalate the legal side, that this could go to where the Supreme Court says we have to start revealing our sources. That there could be a fundamental change in the interpretation of the First Amendment. Also, you have to remember these are major corporations. And they have business dealings, like CBS is trying to merge with some other outlet. And the federal government can decide or block or make it difficult or all sorts of things. And so there seems to be we're in a period of appeasement.
Much of the media is not free to report independently from sponsors who must respond to financial and political interests. NPR is mainly listener-supported, and unfortunately, local listenership is down. Is NPR short of funding from the CNMI? Do we are short on listenership?
Thankfully, the members of the CNMI per capita outpace those of Guam.
Okay.
And we're very grateful for that. But the reality is that we need to see more people become members and contribute to the station, because there are all these unknowns and we need to be able to be sustainable. And right now, the way things are looking, there's a real legitimate threat to funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which our station receives an annual grant from. And if that happens, it's going to be very difficult to maintain a newsroom.
The Guam CNMI newsroom is run by a woman we have met, Nina Rao.
Nina is a jewel. We're very fortunate to have been able to hire her. She brings a lot of talent and natural curiosity to the region. And I believe that we're doing as good a journalism as anybody. And Nina is leading that charge. And she's the first news director KPRG's ever had.
KPRG News Director Nina Rao.
I think the way KPRG News is designed is that we bring Guam to the world and we bring the world to Guam. So a lot of our reporting and our coverage and the news stories majority focus on Guam and CNMI, but we also cover breaking news from Japan or Korea or Palau or the Federated States of Micronesia. So in terms of with a new administration, especially with this administration, yes, the particular coverage that has increased a little bit is how this new administration is affecting aid, partnerships, and current projects in the Pacific.
As a journalist, do you feel a change in the way the nation is now covering news? We're now on one side. It's MSNBC on one side. You have Fox News on this side, and that is a national perspective on how news is being covered now.
Yeah.
How does that affect you locally? Does it affect you locally?
Yeah, we take more time. That's kind of how it's affected KPRG locally. We just take a little bit more time to cover and produce something that we have all the answers to. It's not something breaking immediate and we put it out there. It's breaking immediate. We take a little bit more time to ask, okay, how does this affect? How did it happen? And then we put it out there. Quality over quantity.
In these times, Nina and Christopher believe that NPR is more important than ever and they need listener support.
We don't have sponsors. We're completely independent. We don't have commercials. We don't have ads. So we have the freedom to really, there's nobody kind of giving us agendas.
Encourage the listeners in Saipan to realize that what we have is very fortunate. We're an unusual station, even nationwide. Like I said, we're a true community station, which is rare. Most of the stations are all news, but we're news, music, culture, entertainment.
A former local hotel general manager has been nominated to serve on the CPA Board. This week, the Senate Committee on Executive Appointments invited him up to Capitol Hill as part of a confirmation hearing. On Thursday morning in the Senate chamber on Capitol Hill, a new appointee to the Commonwealth Ports Authority Board of Directors, Bartley Jackson, appears before the Senate Select Committee. Oscar Babauta, Special Assistant to the Governor.
I am here to officially introduce the administration's nominee of Mr. Bartley A. Jackson for the Commonwealth Ports Authority Board of Directors. By now, you should have received his resume, which outlines his professional experience and education.
Mr. Jackson has spent the last 35 years living and working in Saipan and on Guam. Now vice president at Bridge Capital, Bart was raised in Long Island, New York, and has an MBA in finance from Columbia University. He worked on Wall Street, at PIC on Guam and on Saipan, has served on the boards of MVA and HANMI, and won a gold medal in the micro games pitching softballs for the CNMI. This is a segment of his pitch to this Senate committee.
Yeah, I think that too often, and granted, I'm not active in the CPA Board, and I'm not active in MVA management, but it makes sense to me that all of these organizations that are involved in trying to bring people to the CNMI have to work together very closely, and I don't think that's happening. My impression is that they're each doing their own thing. Now, granted, they're all working hard. Everybody's working hard, but that doesn't mean they're working smart or they're working as best they could. And that is to get everyone. We all have the same goal, and the goal is getting people here. So all of those entities that are involved in that process need to work very closely together to get your goals aligned, to get your activities aligned, so that we're maximizing the effort and at the end of the day, maximize the effectiveness of what we're doing, which is getting people to the CNMI. And so you really need to work very hard to make sure that tourism is as successful as it possibly can be. And granted, we're not by ourselves. There are geopolitical issues involving China or involving people around the region that we need to be sensitive to. So it's not an easy, well, let's just go to this market or go to that market. There are other considerations, but at the end of the day, we're all going to be better off when we work very closely together and coordinate our efforts and coordinate what will be our goals.
The full Senate will consider written and recorded remarks and will render their decision shortly.
Coming up, there's something about the bread made in Saipan.
And a local film tied to culture in the Marianas is airing.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Domestic violence, sexual violence, and other forms of violence can happen to anyone. It does not discriminate. If you or someone you know would like to know more, please call CARADOT's Victim Hotline at 670-234-5100. It is safe and confidential. We can help with advocacy and counseling, safety planning, access to shelter for those fleeing intimate partner violence, and referrals to other resources. CARADOT Victim Hotline 670-234-5100. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are here when you are ready.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Catherine.
From your Humanities Half-Hour.
Oh, Catherine Perry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or was it she? Well, she certainly told us about it.
Oh.
Because of the Humanities.
The Laddie Stones.
Yeah. I don't have Laddie Stones, but I do have gallstones. At Marianas Beach Resort, Come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome back, CNMI.
Businessmen, men here on a mission, and a Saipan native. Let's take a look at who just landed in our islands and who's departing. Saipan International just got delivery service. We'll see who's here taking the first steps into our isle. It's Andreas Takamiya's third time in Saipan. His previous trip coming here was before the pandemic.
We're in the food business. We're a company actually based in Chile, in South America. And we produce pork, chicken, and salmon, and we have a winery. We visit Guam and Saipan, and Saipan basically we have a customer that has our products in the supermarkets, and so we're going to visit the supermarkets and meet the customers and new possibilities for growing Guam, in Saipan.
This is what he appreciates about our island and looks forward to.
Well, I think the people, first of all, it's a very friendly community, and I love to hang around here. The weather is very nice, and of course all the nature. So we see that there's a lot of possibilities to work here as well.
Like Takamiya, Joey Zervalacas is here for business with Pacific Rim Constructions.
Mainly business. The company sent me out here to take photos of our project, so that's what I'm doing here in Saipan.
Visiting more than a handful of times, this is how he compares us to home.
I enjoyed the slow pace. the islands, the weather is very similar to Guam where I'm from, but the slower pace is something that I really enjoy because Guam is very fast paced. Everyone's driving fast, going to work, and just no time. But here in Saipan, it's a little bit more laid back. I really like the bread here in Saipan. That's one thing I really enjoy here. As far as the people, we're a little bit similar, but of course they have their differences. But it's just good being here in Saipan. I enjoy it.
As Zervalacas looks forward to his visits here, Micaela Cunanan, born and raised in Saipan, says this is what stands out about our sister island in the south.
I would say, well, they have malls there. They have a lot of food choices. It's a bit of a farther drive to places than here. It's just bigger, a little bigger than Saipan. It's nice. It's much more fast-paced than Saipan. But, like coming back here, it feels a little more refreshing every now and then.
She moved to Guam over a year ago and works for Guam Autospot.
One thing I miss about Saipan, less traffic. The food definitely is really good over here. Of course, family and friends, and just the view. The beaches are so clean too.
As Cunanan visits family, Rome and Caleb, missionaries from the Big Island, are here to visit the community.
It's not really a church, it's more of a school. That's what YWAM is. It's Youth with Mission. It's their motto is to know God and to make Him known throughout the nations. So we go all throughout any churches that need help, and then we just help them and bring the word with us and God's love with us.
Outside their goal of going around and getting our local YWAM base running back on its feet, they're excited to explore the island.
Visiting the grotto, like hiking and stuff.
Hiking, yes.
Yeah, that'll be so much fun. Like, I've heard a lot of things great about Saipan, that everything's like so beautiful and stuff. So definitely like a pretty island. So.
They were in Guam a month before coming over. This is how they compare the Aloha State with our islands.
It's more humid here than Hawaii.
Yeah, it's a lot more hotter too. Like in Guam, constant weather. In Kona, it's always like changing. At nighttime, it's like cooler, and then here in Guam at nighttime, it's like just like a tad bit cooler, but not much. So
yeah.
As Rome and Caleb head out to fulfill their mission, Terrell Watts with the Marine Corps is headed out from completing his mission for this trip.
Here supporting an exercise that's happening here in the Marianas right now.
It was his first time visiting the Marianas. This is the impression we left him with.
It was very nice. The island was wonderful to drive around and see some of the sights, and the weather was nice, and the site that we were staying at out in the field was a wonderful site for us to be able to do our jobs here in the Northern Marianas. Favorite part about Saipan was really the view from where we were staying out. We were sleeping outside, so it was a very nice view from out there.
If being in the field for work was nice, perhaps he'll come back to visit for a more leisurely time.
I would highly recommend coming to Saipan. So we had a chance to go from Guam to Saipan to Tinian and back to Saipan, and each of the islands have been pretty wonderful places to visit. So definitely recommend visiting this place if you ever get an opportunity to.
To our visitors and homecomers, welcome to Saipan, and to those leaving, adios and lelabo.
Free movie at American Memorial Park Indoor Theater. Tomorrow night, Saturday, February 8th at 5 p.m., Layla Staffler will host a free screening of her film Exploring Latte in the Marianas, Aguiguan, Cave Art, and the Last Chamorro Stand. Staffler, the CNMI Labor Secretary, says her documentary is the third in a series of historically themed films she began 5 years ago. This film was made with a grant from the Marianas Humanities Council and is intended to be viewed by anyone interested in the culture and history of the Marianas. Staffler says people don't realize that our ancient ancestors lived on every island in our chain, and they were masters of the sea and protectors of the land. The film is showing on Tinian tonight and will show on Rota Sunday at Children's Park in Sinapalo and Monday at the Song Song Roundhouse. Those screenings are at 5:30. Saipan, Saturday, 5 p.m.
In this week's Your Humanities Half-Hour, host Catherine Perry sits down with 2 of the 12 siblings of the Hermans Bakery family. Herman Tenorio de Leon Guerrero and Jesus Tenorio de Leon Guerrero are the sons of Herman's Modern Bakery founder, Herman and Maria de Leon Guerrero. They reminisce about growing up as a baker's sons and share stories about what life was like back then.
You know, she likes to make, what they call conserva is basically, the green papaya. And you cut it into big pieces, and and you cook it with sugar. But there's a process to do it that I'm not sure the younger generation knows how to do it, because I remember that she would soak it in the what do you call afuk? You know what afuk means?
Lime.
Yeah. They soak it and it for some reason it hardened it.
Oh, okay.
So it's easier make it crispy. And it's also a process that they use when they have fresh corn, and to make titillas, escomi, they soak those things in lime.
So that you can grind it to
Once
make
you
flour
dry it,
for
and it's
tortillas.
easier to grind it.
Wow, we are
Once you
learning a
grind it.
trade secret here.
Tune in to hear more about the brothers' stories and their experiences as sons of founders of the island's first bakery that has been serving the community for 8 decades now. Your Humanities Half-Hour show with host Catherine Perry airs on Thursday night at 7 p.m. If you missed it, don't worry. It airs again tomorrow night, Saturday at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 2.
Coming up in sports, youth teams fly down south to fire up their rackets in singles and doubles.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
A new international brand is coming soon, but why wait? Escape to paradise today at Mariana's Beach Resort on Saipan. For just $99 for two, enjoy an ocean view room with stunning views of the crystal clear waters. Relax by the swimming pools, dip your toes in the sand, and unwind with exclusive offers on breakfast and happy hour. Whether you're here for romance or relaxation, Mariana's Beach Resort is the perfect getaway. Special rates are for NMI and Guam residents. Some restrictions apply, but not many. Call 670-234-1234 and book your escape today.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals, so upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! Junior tennis players squaring off in Guam with a trip to Fiji on the line. The NMI National Junior team is in Guam this week to compete in the International Tennis Federation (ITF) Pacific Regional Championships. Players from Guam, NMI, Palau, FSM, and Nauru are vying to qualify for the ITF Pacific Oceania Junior Championships (POJC) held in Fiji April 2 to 11. The competition features individual singles and doubles matches for boys and girls in 16U and 14U age groups, and a team competition in 12U. Coaches Jeff Race and Colin Ramsey lead the team. NMI's Fiona Wu won her first singles match in international competition with a 6-3, 6-1 victory in girls 12 and under competition. Fiona battled Palau's Victoria Rudim. NMI junior tennis standout and number 1 seed Ann Lee reached the semifinals on Wednesday with a 6-love, 6-love romp over Palau's Shai Sadang. Ann has yet to lose a single game en route to semifinals. Number 2 seeded Vivian Chung of the NMI qualified for the POJC yesterday with a 6-love, 6-1 win over Kiara Tele of Palau when she reached the semifinals of the North Pacific Regional Championships, NPRC. Matt Zhu of the NMI qualified for the POJC in the boys 14U when he upset 4th-seeded teammate Michael Gion yesterday, 6-3, 6-2, to reach the semifinals of the NPRC. More on our NMI National Junior team as they represent the Marianas in the coming months.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. It's raining, it's drizzling, the old man is pizzling. Tonight, a continued 40% chance of scattered showers, low temperatures of 76 degrees. Saturday, a continued opportunity for plants to grow as the local drought conditions diminish, leaving fresh puddles on the farm. A 40% chance of scattered showers with highs of 86 and lows of 78 degrees. Sunday should sunny up, so don't worry, there will be weekend beach weather. The sun has set at 6:18 p.m. and will rise tomorrow at 6:44 a.m. And if you were to say, live on your boat with a gentle breeze cooling your top deck, the sun rising through the morning mist over Mount Tapachao, you might consider this to be yes. It's a wonderful world, and I will see you in the water, in the rain, and on the land.
That's news, sports, and weather. Thanks for joining us, CNMI.
TGIF, we will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend, CNMI.